Thank you very much for joining me, Brother 2X. I truly appreciate it. You know, we go way back, and definitely thankful for all of the positive and meaningful work you do in the city of Louisville. Just wanted to reach out to you and start having some positive dialogue with how we can impact change. So, welcome.
Well, thanks so much, Luke. I really appreciate it. And the good gestures as it relates to our organizational work, Christopher 2X Game Changers work, is parallel with everything we'd like to do to, like you said, Luke, to bring good vibes to the community for those individuals who want to participate to make safety and more habitable spaces for these children to thrive in. And I'll know Mixed Nation is a part of it.
Definitely. As you know, we have the racism movement that we've been doing for the past 6 years to help erase racism and all forms of discrimination. So I think it ties right in with what our country is going through right now, where we're trying to take a stand against systemic racism and oppression that Black communities and people of color communities deal with far too often. I know you've been active in peacefully protesting and helping with children and helping people to stand up and make their voices heard. What has it been like on the ground for you and actually really being out there in the community, seeing what's going on?
I love the whole interaction, Luke, with the way young people are leading a very passionate cause that they want to embrace themselves in. And my deal on the ground with them is I let them know that I want you all to lead. I want to be a cheerleader per se. I've been in the public arena for 18 years now, almost 2 decades, and it's good to connect with that kind of energy for a good purpose. But I constantly warn them about how violence will rip the deal apart in the sense of not getting the best messages out. And at the same time, at some point, all of you all will be tasked with assignments for problem solving. And some of those conversations are going to have to take place with the powers that be. Whether you like it or not, that's got to happen if you want to see real change.
You bring up a really good point about collaboration. And this can't be something where we think we're just going to solve it all ourselves without reaching out and maybe even, stretching our comfort zones to work with different people with different perspectives where we might not see eye to eye totally. But I think good people should be able to definitely agree that racism is not right, oppression and discrimination is not right, and most definitely abuse and the killing of innocent Black lives is something that we have to stop. It's happening far too often. We're trying to figure out how we can take a stand and get justice, but then also knowing that there's a lot of good police officers that we want to partner with and work with and that we, would love to be protected fairly by.
Luke, you're absolutely right. And I just want, for FYI purposes, I've been assisting at their request, Breonna Taylor's family, from the second day that she unfortunately lost her life. As far as the advocacy and the passion that's connected to it. And equally at the same time, Luke, there has to be a meeting of the minds. And you can't paint necessarily the broad brush that everybody's bad on either side of the issue. You try to connect to those mind-like spirits who have a common goal in a sincere way to coexist to make, again, those environments more habitable and safe for the children that we all can connect with as far as a common ground effort.
There's a ton of good peaceful protests going on as well, and I think we don't want to lose sight of that because a lot of people don't realize that there's good people of all backgrounds coming together and with a purpose for humanity, and it's a beautiful thing. But I wanted to get your thoughts on what you've seen personally as you've been out.
I think you just covered it in the most eloquent way, brother, and your speaking skills have always been dynamite, and that is a compliment from me because I mean it with all my heart. Bottom line, you just nailed it, bro. The turbulence and the violence connected to this expressional exercise, if you will. For news content, it overwhelms what went on good that day or up until that point, and it gets taken away. So my observation is, again, you have younger voices who have a passion for being a part of this exercise. I think at some point, and I've been telling the young people that I've been interacting with, we've got to get to the assignment mindset. We got to get to the assignment mindset about how we're going to problem solve. And more or less, it's on them. The old man is a cheerleader, but I want to see them get across the finish line to get some tangible results out of the kind of energy that's been kind of, manifested out of the pain connected to Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, David McAtee, uh, Mr. Aubrey down in Georgia. When that kind of energy is like a tsunami wave across the country, it is time for young voices to raise up for trying to create a better change and a better day for everybody.
And I love the way you put that to the next generation to say it's your time to step up. It's your time to lead. It's your time to shine in this moment that will go down in history. Each thing that I've done with you has been extremely positive for the community, helping people during their time of need. It's really a beautiful thing in Mixed Nation and in our racism movement. We look forward to partnering with you moving forward. I don't think this is going to be something that goes by quickly. I think this is going to be something that takes a while, but hopefully when it's all said and done, we'll really start to erase racism.
Love that, Lou. And one thing I did want to say, dear brother, is you're absolutely right. And here's my take. The level heads, will prevail.
Mm.
They can have the same aggressive, passionate mindset as it relates to being angry, disappointed, but at the end of the day, you better have that mindset that says, how can we do something meaningful for these kids? On the solution and planning side, with the powers that be, since we've garnered their attention, how can we get their respect in an intelligent way to move forward and do some wonderful things together? We cannot underestimate the power of youth, the power of young adults, and we can never underestimate individuals who have total drive to want to see a better space for another generation coming into the fold.
You know, a lot of times people look at this as a divided issue. And unfortunately, there's sides to this where I don't think there should be any. But it doesn't matter if you're Republican or you're Democrat or whatever you may be. We should all be able to come together and agree that racism is wrong and that oppression and discrimination is wrong and that unnecessary death is wrong. And so I think it's really a humanity issue where good people of all walks of life should be able to come together and really start to turn things around in this country.
Well, next week, if you're available, because I got the call, I was inviting you to a discussion with a U.S. Senator to let the powers that be know that there's a reason that young people are out in the streets. But equally at the same time, there's a lot of young people who yearn to be game changers, or those kind of individuals who would love to let individuals know that I have this in me to do it right and get it right, but I need the respect of others who are the power brokers to understand they need to lend me an ear to what my cries are.
The time is now, and this isn't just going to go away. These beautiful Black queens and kings that were taken away from us way too soon, that they're not going to die in vain. Their memory will live on, and legacy has sparked something that could change our whole society, change our whole country, and hopefully even the world. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm extremely excited. But I just want to thank you again for all the work you're doing and look forward to continuing to partner with you. Keep it up and just let me know how Mixed Nation, E-Racism Movement, and myself could be of any partnership and service.
You got it. Thank you all for the wonderful work you guys have been doing. I got you 1,000%, and I look forward to getting you the information so we can talk to the powers that be up in Washington.
Sounds great. Well, take care, brother
my
2X.
friend.
All
All right,
right.
my brother. Salute.